And our joy song this morning, to get things pumped up a little bit, is called Okay in the End. And your words go like this: everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Okay. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. We're gonna sha-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Every day's a good day for sha-la-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day. Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day. A brand new day. A Chattanooga choo-choo day. Oh yeah. Here we go. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. It's sha-la-la-la time. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Okay, here comes the tricky part. Even when it all just seems to go your way, don't get attached, it's gonna change. Even when it all just seems to go your way, no matter how many times you saw The Secret, it's still gonna change. That's okay, because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Just the audience.
Everything will be okay. If it's not okay, it's not the end.
That's it.
It's not the end.
It's not the end. So if you don't like the weather, wait a day. It's not the end. It's not the end. So if you're tired of all the politics, it's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end. But this is the end. So now as we get ready for our opening prayer, we would like to bring the energy down a little bit, get a little more within, and we're going to sing a song that we'd love you all to join us if you would like, because when we join together singing, it's like a giant group prayer. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. the heart of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the Mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the Mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the Mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the Mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. We honor the place in you where the entire universe resides. We honor the place in you of love, light, truth, and peace. We honor the place in you where when you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, there is only one of us. Namaste.
Thank you for that gift, and actually that was the prayer. Let's join together in our hearts and our minds and know the love of God that is in us and in every one we meet. And we truly are one. And we thank you for this time, this season, that we can gather together in love and families and fellowship, that we can stretch beyond ourselves and grow a little more and include a larger set of families in our lives. We are so grateful that at this time we have such an open heart, and we carry that through the year. We have the heart with love, with joy, with peace. We have the heart of the mother. We are the heart of the mother. And as we go forth and spread this love and peace that is in our heart with our family and friends and neighbors, we know there is a greater peace happening in the world, and we pray for that in this time. And we know that God's presence is in every person's life, in every place in this world. And we know that there is peace right now, this time. We are so grateful for our presenters, for our speakers, for the music in our lives, that we can dance with an open heart. For this we are blessed. Thank you, God. Amen.
Well, good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Woo! There you go. That was beautiful, guys. Thank you so much for that. That was fantastic. Well, my name is Kelly Thompson, and I serve on your board of trustees as vice president. I just want to welcome everybody here to our Saturday celebration service. Thank you all for being here. It's such a beautiful bunch of smiling faces out there. Everybody bright and shiny this morning. I also want to welcome everybody that's streaming live on Facebook. Thank you for joining us there. Don't forget to smash that like button Give us a comment so we know you're there, and share it with everybody you know, okay? So, do we have anybody here for the first time today? Okay. Moving right along. Just a little info on Unity. Unity of Chattanooga is an open-minded, exclusive church where we seek to understand and live by the practical teachings of Jesus Christ and other spiritual masters that help us on our way to enlightenment and fulfilling our abundance in our life, in every aspect of it. We believe that each person is on a spiritual journey, and we welcome people from all paths, as we celebrate the diversity of our community and our world. We teach tolerance, oneness, and believing that there is one presence and power active in our lives, and that's the good, omnipresent God. In Unity, our foundation is based on affirmative prayer and the power of positive thinking. In our Unity purpose, we are guided by infinite wisdom and renewed by divine love. I'd like to take just a minute to call the board up, if you guys would come up here. What members we do have available today. We want to honor somebody that is absolutely indispensable to Unity of Chattanooga. She helps support the board in every aspect, everything we do. She's actually pretty much runs the entire show around here. She's our head chef. She's she's our organizer. She keeps everybody on track. She wrote this for me today. And she's just amazing. Penny, would you come up here for us, please? We just want you to know how much we love and appreciate everything you do here. Thank you so much.
I just want to say real quick how much I love and appreciate what I get to do, and how much I love and appreciate working with all of you. Thank you. You didn't tell me about this. Good job. Yay, give Doug a hand. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
It was by pain of death that we told him that he couldn't breathe a word. All right, so as you can see, we have two very special guests today, Armand and Angelina. They bring a multitude of talents, as you're aware of now. Armand is an ordained musical minister, songwriter, and Native American flautist, which is the fancy word for flutist, right? Yeah. Angelina, is a classically trained vocalist and classical guitarist. Their main mission is to remind people of our oneness and to help the world to experience heaven on earth. Combining the humorous side of life with thought-provoking inspiration through music and stories, they take a lighthearted approach to connecting with spirit based on love and joy. Their presentation this morning is called "We Now Pronounce You Not Guilty." Thank God. But before we turn it over, now is the time in our service that we want to get up and meet, give everybody a fist bump, a wave, a handshake, whatever you're comfortable with, or a
Okay. Yeah, that's so much cleaner. Yes.
Good morning, good morning. It's time to say good morning, good morning, good morning to you and you and you and you. Good morning, good morning. Oh, here comes the gong. The gong show.
The gong show.
I've threatened to bring a border collie.
Yeah. So this is our first time to do a Sunday morning service on a Saturday.
We both got a little confused this morning,
We
right?
both got here and we're like, where does the UU church meet? And,
Not thinking that it's
Just-
Saturday, because we're not used to
just
doing
couldn't
Saturday
put it all
mornings,
together.
but
They
how
meet here.
wonderful.
I'm going, how are we gonna get out of here quick enough for them to be in? It just doesn't turn. Reverend Doug had to tell us, well, they meet on Sunday. And it's like, okay. So, Reverend Faye Ann said something about enlarging our family, and that's to me a little bit of what Thanksgiving is all about. Raise your hand if you made it through Thanksgiving with any really horrible arguments. We did. We did. We had the full spectrum of politics and ages and everything, and it was perfect because everybody just left that stuff away from the table. We just got together. One of our actual favorite show in the whole world is called Ted Lasso. Do we have any Ted Lasso fans? So at the Christmas episode, Higgins said something really beautiful that to me was very much in alignment. We bless the family we were born with, and we bless the ones that we picked up along the way. And most of our family are not our biological family, the family we picked up along the way. So yes, today is, our message is, I now pronounce you not guilty. And we're going to be talking about how unity is a movement that honors our divinity, honors our beauty, honors our perfection, and honors our innocence. I don't know about you, but one of the first things I heard that I remembered hearing in church, Angelina and I, we both grew up Catholic. We're currently 3/4 Catholic. And found our way here. And then I found her when I sang and spoke at her church. I don't remember the exact date, August 27, 2000. And what I remember growing up was, you were born in original sin. And if Dr. Phil heard that, he'd say, how's that working for you? Because that idea that the people that you trust to give you spiritual messages tell you that you're born in sin is not a way to feel good about yourself. It's not a way to raise your vibration to get closer to God. And so then I get into unity and they say, you were born as an original blessing. Yes, that felt so much better. We were born as an original blessing. And so a lot of us, whether it be church stuff when we were younger, or peers, or parental stuff, or any of that, that tried to give us the idea that there was something wrong with us, we're recovering from that. We're recovering from guilt. We're recovering from shame. And to me, unity is like a recovery group for that. We come in and we find out how delightful we are, and it's really a beautiful thing. People say, you're full of yourself. You ever had anybody tell you you're full of yourself? That is a compliment. But I'll tell you why. When you're full of yourself, it means you see your God self, and you can't help but see everybody else's God self if you see your God self. If you're full of your ego self, then that means you think that you're better than other people. But also, if you're too full of your ego self, you think you're worse than other people too, because the ego goes to both places. You're worse than everybody else if you're not here. You're better than everybody else if you're here. So if you're really full of yourself, you will be full of everybody else too. Mm-hmm. To me, Jesus was loaded with self-love. He also knew why he loved himself, because we're all children of God, and he knew everybody else was. Do you know how I know you're a child of God? Because it doesn't say in any spiritual text, we are adults of God. Right? Nobody ever read that. Process of deduction. Speaking of deduction, this is a squirrel. Sherlock Holmes and Watson were in the woods camping. And Sherlock looked up at the sky and he said, what do you see when you see the sky? He goes, I see and deduce that we are one with the cosmic stardust of the world. You and I, there's no division. We're one with everything. He goes, no, you fool! Someone's stolen our tent. Okay, anyway. That has nothing to do with the message, but it did make you laugh. And so that's okay. All right. And so we're going to be talking about different ways we can rise above the old ideas. I heard something the other day that made me laugh. The Jews invented guilt, but the Catholics perfected it. And again, we're not here to put down any other religion. We're omnis religion. You know, omnism is when you see beauty in all the religions and you take the parts that help you feel good. You know, there's not just an exclusive, it's an inclusive philosophy versus an exclusive religion. And so I like that term omnism, seeing the beauty and the wisdom in all religions. And so we study a guy by the name of Greg Bear. Anybody ever heard of Greg Bear? He wrote The Real Love Work. It's our favorite relationship work. And he's got lots of books that all talk about the same concept, but there's real love in marriage, real love in parenting, all that kind of stuff, real love in the workplace. And his theory boils down to one idea. There's really only one major thing that keeps us feeling good about ourselves or not, and that is, do we feel lovable? Now, in Unity, we teach that there are infinite possibilities. And we don't tell people, like Ted Lasso says, when I see the word impossible, I see I'm possible. Okay? So, but there is one thing that you're not going to be able to do, no matter how hard you try. No matter how hard you try, no matter how many books you read, no matter how many counselors you go to, you will never, ever be able to become unlovable. Who's tried? Come on. Who's tried? You can't. You can't. You can't become unlovable because your nature is lovable. You can do behaviors that are unlovable, which is true with your kids. I'm sure if you have them. I love you, but that is not cool. You can do behaviors that are unlovable, but you can't be unlovable. So why not go ahead and mirror to people their lovableness, okay? He says that when parents and peers, and it could also be advertisement, when they get angry at their kids, when they get resentful or disappointed at people, which we're all children of God, so we're all going to take things a little personally sometimes and emotionally, that the person on a soul level doesn't hear, I did that wrong, they're mad at me, they hear, I'm unlovable. So it's very important.
Or they hear, I'm only lovable if I do it the way my peers or parents want.
Exactly.
You know, so
I'm
so
only
then
lovable if I don't inconvenience the
Right.
adults.
Right. So, you know, we, to feel lovable, we have behaviors that can show up to protect ourselves or get. This is what Greg Bear says. So it'd be like lying, attacking, clinging, and there's one more. Lying, attacking, clinging, and a fourth one, which I can't come up with right now, so sorry.
You're still lovable even when you can't
Thank
come with the
you,
fourth
thank
one.
you.
Okay.
So when we do those behaviors, we're feeling small and not lovable. And if we can also realize that when we see someone else acting out in a behavior that is not kind and loving, it's probably because they're feeling unlovable in that moment.
Exactly.
So it helps us then to kind of maybe have, you know, some compassion and maybe give a little kindness there, even though it doesn't feel like the good if they're attacking you, but just know that they're doing that because they're feeling unsafe.
And Marianne Williamson and other people have said something to the effect of, hurt people hurt people. So if somebody's being hurting, there's a part of them that's hurting, and you can empathize with them. That doesn't mean you need to hang out with them. I tend to think, if I could, here's a big lie. You ready for a big lie? Your check's in the mail. No, I've never done this before. No, but here's another one. If I'm having difficulty with a person, I haven't done enough. Has anybody ever felt that way? Great way to feel guilty. If you're having difficulty with a person, sometimes there's no amount of love you can give them. There's an old song by the drummer from the Eagles. What's his name? Don Henley, thank you. Phew, I was gone for a moment. Don Henley, for you, there's just not enough love in the world. If you ever remember that song. And there are people that no matter what you give them will never feel lovable. You just do your best. But don't put that pressure on yourself that if you're having difficulty in a relationship, it's your fault. You haven't done enough. Angelina has this great line. I bet you I know what you're going to say.
I don't know, but I just thought of the fourth one, so can I say that
Yes!
all again? Because it just came to me. So its behaviors are lying, clinging, attacking, and running.
That's it, perfect, running. And so, I lost that
Oh,
other
you
thing.
said I was going to run up this, talk about this, but I don't know what you were.
Oh, yes, thank you. God. When you have ADHD, and I use C instead of D because it's not a disorder, it's a condition. When you have ADHD, it's good to have a person that can reel you back in and pull you back. She does that
Well,
beautifully.
I did interrupt you, so.
It's all right. So, well, that's just, we're working together here, we're a team. So, she says something to me when I tend to want to stay in relationships too long. So she'll say, you're very upset because this behavior continues over and over and over again, and you've talked to them about it. And I go, I know, but I know why they're doing this. I know where the hole is. I know why they're feeling this way, and they're not doing it on purpose. And she says, you're probably right, but the behavior is the same. And when she says that, I go, you're right. You're right. Sometimes we have to set boundaries because of the behavior, not because there's something wrong with the person. Not because there's something wrong at their core, but they just aren't able to act appropriately with us. And but then we have to set our boundaries, because otherwise we keep trying to make something happen. We try to fit a square peg in a round hole. So here's a wonderful example. Do you want to tell the example of the little pool party? Okay.
Sure. So you're at a party that's sitting by the pool, and you're having, an iced tea, and you're talking to a good friend, and someone's in the pool and they splash water on you. And so you go, oh, that's okay, And then you're talking and you get splashed again, but this time it's a bit more water, and
And
you're
they're
getting,
screaming.
right.
Yeah.
And so you're getting a little irritated, but well, they are in a pool, and that I'm just going to be okay with that.
They're just having fun.
Right, and then they come in, and then there's this big splash of water, and they're really, really soaked now. And the person turns around to get angry at these people who are playing a little too much in the pool, that they're getting soaked. And when they turn around, they realize it's a person that's drowning, and they're trying to keep their head out of water so they're not, And so when you do that, he says it's like when someone's splashing water on you, it's because they're drowning from lack of love. They want love, and they're trying to get love, so they splash on you to get love. And so if you can remember that when someone's acting in a behavior and it feels like they're splashing a bunch of water on you, just realize that it's a cry for love, is what that is.
And be careful not to get into the water with them.
Yeah.
I've done that
Right.
because they will push your head down trying to keep you drowning. And so it's very important to have nice, solid ground. You can throw out a life preserver and stuff like that, but be careful that you don't think you're going to fix the world like in the movie Schindler's List. Schindler, I could have helped another. I could have helped it. With all the good that he did, he still felt guilty that he didn't help enough. What was his line that you used to quote all the time?
I could have done more.
I could have done more. She tells me she says, you've got like a Schindler complex. You just think you could have always done more, and sometimes you've done enough. You've done your absolute best. So here's an example of what he says to do when you're in a relationship challenge and you're not able to be loving. Now, Angelina's got a great tool. You want to share your great tool you have when I say something to you where yeah.
So when I get triggered, I always say to Armand, I have to leave the room right now. I'm not abandoning this, but right now, if I don't leave now, I'm going to blow up. So I go outside and I sit in my favorite chair and I just breathe and I get centered and I try to figure out, why did I get triggered? Is it something that's just me that I'm getting triggered, or is it something that we need to talk about when I go back in so that we can see that and maybe do it differently next time. Well, 99% of the time it's just me that, and I come in and Armand usually apologizes, even though I'm not asking for that because it's my stuff. It had nothing to do with what he did.
99% of the time I realize I may not have been as considerate with the way I said what I said. So yeah, that little break time. And that way you don't take your anger and your disappointment and your resentment out on someone. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with anger. There's nothing wrong with resentment and disappointment. They're just natural. But they need to be released and come out, but not at the person. You don't take it out on the person, okay? So he gives a good example. He says, let's say you're teaching your teenage child to drive. And you don't have time to take them out into a safe field where there are no trees or other cars. So you're going to say, we're going to work with the driveway. You've got a nice long driveway. We're just going to back out of the driveway. You're going to learn how to use the brake and the gas. I'm going to show you how to do it. Then we're going to come back in the driveway. Just nice and simple. And one day your kid says, I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it right now. And you're kind of, okay, we'll do it right now. You get in the car and the kid goes through the garage door. Hits the gas instead of the brake, it goes to the garage door. In that moment, you're probably not feeling really compassionate for them, right? You're triggered. So he says, rather than tell them horrible things about themselves and how could you do this and make what they're already feeling worse, he says you do something like, I love you. I don't love you any less because of this. This has nothing to do with love. You're fabulously loved by me before, and you're fabulously loved by me now. I'm having some challenges, and I need to take care of this, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do about this. And then get a hold of one of your friends, like Reverend Faye-Ann. Say, Faye-Ann, I want to kill my child. Now, that allows you to talk to somebody who can be objective and not take it out on the person that you're feeling resentful and angry with. And then what she does is she says, I get it, just like you did, I understand. And what's really important? Metal and plastic and all that? No. And what she does, see what happens when that incident occurs, we become empty. We get emptied out, like the spirit, the truth, the wisdom just floods out of us real quick. And we need to get filled back up. And so what she does is she fills me back up so I can breathe, but she also gives me the permission to spew out a little bit of what I'm feeling because it's not at her. Then I get filled back up. That was awesome. Go back home and say, okay, you know I love you just as much as before you did that. We need to talk about why that happened and help you understand. And also your allowances for the next 10 years. Because they have proven that children actually love at a soul level, they love discipline. They feel safer with healthy discipline. They just want to know that they're loved while you're disciplining them. They don't want to ever feel that they're unloved. But they do. They feel safe if you don't give them too much freedom. They feel like there's some healthy, safe, protective boundaries. So discipline is good, but taking out your anger and your resentment and your disappointment on a kid or a friend or anybody, because we're all children of God, is what reinforces the idea that we're only lovable if we do everything right. Angelina has been conquering perfectionism for many months now.
Yes, years actually. So I grew up always trying to be perfect for Daddy, and I said a couple years ago, it is so exhausting always trying to appear perfect and be perfect. And so I'm, it's in me, it's been in me a long time to always try to be perfect, but I'm letting it go more and more, and it does feel much better to not have to feel I have to be perfect all the time.
So we saw this Oprah show. Did anybody used to watch the Oprah show? We used to tape it. We do it on this thing called a VHS. And we would tape it, and then at 9 o'clock before bed, we would watch that day's episode when we had time. And we loved it. It was like a second church day for us. And there was an episode, if you remember, there were a couple of men that had life prison sentences, and they were in jail for taking the lives of family members. And due to this technology called DNA testing, they were able to get scientists and lawyers together to prove that they were not the ones, okay? Now, they had been in jail for 5 or 10 years already before they could prove that they weren't the ones that had done this. But the real twist, because Oprah and Gail had them both on the show, and they were talking to them and asking them how they felt to be free, and they must be full of life right now. They said, we are. They didn't have a whole lot of resentment. They were just glad to be where they were. Now, let me tell you something, folks. If you get wrongly accused and go into jail for 5 or 10 years, and when you come out, you can find a way to let go of that, that is a high, high bar of resolution. But we need to learn to be more in the moment and let go of the past. But both men said something that really confused everybody, including us a bit. They both had confessed to the crime. And Oprah's like, this makes no sense. Why in the world, knowing you were going to be in prison, would you confess to something that you didn't do? And they said, well, there's a lot of factors here. Number one, we were traumatized by these incidents. Number two, we were taken in as the number one suspects. Number three, we were interrogated over and over and over again. You know you did it. Why don't you just admit it? Come on, interrogated, pressured. And they said after a while, a combination of traumatization and confusion and just wanting the voices to stop. They just said, okay, we did it, leave us alone. And I started weeping. And she goes, what's up? And I said, I think all of us have a version that we can relate to those men. That we have admitted something bad about ourselves that wasn't true, just to get the people that were putting us down to leave us alone. And maybe part of it was we got confused too. If people you respect tell you over and over again there's something wrong with you, you may start to believe them. And you may too confess to a crime that you didn't do. And again, to me, unity is all about letting go of all of that and learning tools to help bring you into this holy, now, present moment. So this is the song that I wrote after that episode. Young kid who served his prison time for a crime he did not do. He gave a false confession, and when they asked him why, he said, I did not know the truth. He was innocent. Thought about my own life, how I was like that kid when they told me I was bad. I offered my confession to what they said I did and lost the childhood I once had. I am innocent, I did nothing wrong. I've been serving time for this crime for far too long. I am not to blame for what I didn't do. There is nothing I need to prove. I am innocent. We are innocent. Time for justice. This time we're gonna get it right. We're finally hearing the whole truth. I fired all my juries and got the pardon I deserved. And now I'm freeing other inmates too. You are innocent. You did nothing wrong. You've been serving time for this crime for far too long. You are not to blame for what you didn't do. There is nothing you need to prove. We are innocent. We did nothing wrong. We've been serving time for this crime for way too long. We are not to blame for what we didn't do. There is nothing we need to prove. I am innocent.
You are so lovable.
You are innocent.
Who you are is so important.
We are innocent.
You deserve so much love.
There is nothing we need to prove. I am innocent.
You are awesome.
You are innocent.
You are perfect in every
We
way.
are innocent. And before we go into this meditation, I'm going to read one little line from the very ending of my book, I Now Pronounce You Not Guilty. So here we are, a part of the tapestry of the universe, playing our parts perfectly and divinely. We have more than enough evidence to convince any jury of our innocence. There are very few limits to our capabilities. However, we can never be unlovable. It is equally impossible for us to get it wrong. Who's tried? I know I have. It's absolutely impossible for us to be anything less than the divine, eternal, worthy, innocent beings that we have always been. Thus, it is ultimately impossible for us to ever be truly convinced of not being enough. Convicted. Can't read my own book. In that case, an acquittal of our original case is inevitable. I now pronounce us not guilty. Thank you. So we invite you to quiet your minds, close your outer eyes if you would like. Let go of any thoughts that do not serve you. Any ideas that there's something wrong. Go deep into the true God self of who you are. And we're going to chant these words twice. Peace I am. Peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. And we breathe in that peace. We breathe in our innocence. We breathe in more compassion for ourselves and the world. We breathe in the truth of our perfection. We breathe in divine order, trusting that all is happening in divine timing, in concert with Spirit. We breathe out and share that knowing with the world at large. We breathe in more peace, more self-love. We breathe out and release any ideas, concepts, or belief systems that would prevent us from knowing our divinity, our beauty, and our innocence. We breathe lovability into every cell of our body. Knowing that we are created in the image of our Father, Mother, God. Holy children of the universe, worthy of all the love in the world. We release this and know the truth of who we are. And we give thanks for all those that have reminded us, for these unity teachings that help us to return to the truth. To this ministry and this family that come together to remember who we are. Thank you, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, Goddess. And so it is. All is well. All is well. God is balanced. All is well. There's perfection everywhere. All is well.
Thank you. Thank you for filling me up. I know everybody else been filled up. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Joining us. This, what we offer and we give to the church is a special gift. We give generously and we give with gratitude because we are filled and we are able to go out into our community and do good works. And we are able to help others. And for this, I am grateful. So, as you consider your gift, know that as you give generously and in gratitude, you open the doors for divine blessings, which nourish our minds and our bodies and expand us into a larger being to do the work that we are here to do. So, with me, let's join together as we consider our gift and our affirmation. So join me in divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I receive in abundance. So it is. Amen.
We will share a bit of the prayer of St. Francis while we pass. Love, make me an instrument of your peace. Love, make me an instrument of your peace. Love, make me an instrument of your peace.
You think this is this on? Okay. And we together bless all that is given, for we know that it's used for the good of our congregation, our fellowship, and our community. We are so grateful for the abundance that is here that we can share. We are so grateful. Amen.
Well, all right, just a couple announcements before we dismiss. Guys, that was amazing. Thank you so much. This is the second time. This is the second time I've had the pleasure to see you guys present, and it's just amazing every time. I really enjoy it. Thank you so much. Okay, well, stick around with us for our potluck this afternoon. Of course, we're going to eat. You know that, right? But we got a special Thanksgiving potluck. We're going to get together all the leftovers and have a ball with that.
They always taste better the next day. So.
That's right. That's right. Immediately after the potluck, Armand and Angelina will be presenting a fun workshop. So stick around for that too. It's on learning to play the Native American flute. They'll have flutes for you to practice on, and it's offered for a $20 love offering. So hang around for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Recently, we had Black Friday. Did anybody get out in that mess? No, nobody? Good for you. I didn't either, man. That's nutty out there. It'll be Cyber Monday pretty soon. So, that's going to be your online shopping. Have you guys ever heard of Giving Tuesday? Yeah? Yeah? Good, because this is the first time I've heard of it. I'm pretty new to that. Well, it's pretty straightforward. On Tuesday after Thanksgiving, shoppers like to take a break from their gift buying, most of them anyway, and donate to their favorite you can get donuts too. You donate, we'll give you a donut. How about that? You can donate to your favorite nonprofit organization. We hope that you will consider making your donation to us here at Unity of Chattanooga, and of course, our website is unityofchattanooga.org. This coming up Tuesday evening, November the 28th, we'll be meeting at the classroom downstairs from 6:45 to 8 p.m. Keith and Laura Noyes will be teaching a class on spring florist Qigong. They have taken several classes in Qigong from the international master Chun Yi Lin. He developed spring florist Qigong as a healing and wellness modality. This is a holistic spiritual practice harmonizing your body, mind, and spirit with energy exercises, meditation, and breathing to balance these life forces and energies to create health. It is not strenuous, and participants should wear comfortable clothing. So gentle movement, and there's no experience needed. So join us for that. That'll be a lot of fun. Next week, I've been invited to be the guest speaker. Yours truly. Woo! Don't get too excited. Okay. Calm down. I'll be presenting a talk based on material from Neville Goddard and some of the mid-century mystics there. And I hope you'll join me for that. It'll get a little woo-woo maybe. You guys dig the woo-woo, right?
Yeah.
All right. All right, so if you will stand, we'll close the service with our peace song.
One little twist to the peace song. We are going to be singing the prayer for protection after the peace song today. Cool. Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as Creator, and all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Imagine now that James Dillett Freeman, our Unity poet, and the Reverend James Brown got together. All right, here are the words. 1, 2, 3, 4. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, of God is, and all is well. Let's sing it again. The light of God surrounds us. Woo! The love of God enfolds us. Ha! The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, of God is, and all is well. Wherever we are, of God is, and all is well. Good God, wherever